In this modern era, a lot of the NBA players, all athletes, their wives are becoming just as popular as their counterparts. And people want to know more about it. And in the case of Larsa Pippen, this is definitely no different, guys. We've been seeing her make all types of rounds with alleged rappers. And now she's dating a very controversial person who is her ex-husband, Scottie Pippen's teammate, arguably the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, who is 16 years her junior. So she appeared on a reunion show here with the Housewives of Miami, and she talks about some things that were actually going on, which is unbelievable. I'm gonna just go ahead and play the clip, and let's hear what she's got to say.
I was married for 23 years. I've always had sex like 4 times a night.
4 times a night?
A night. Yeah, so 3 times a week is
Hold
nothing.
on. You're telling me you had sex 4 times a night when you were married?
She's just saying she could. Pretty.
I had sex 4 times a night every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Wait, oh my God, what? What?
Yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
You had sex 28 times a week
Yeah, I swear.
for
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when he was traveling? I don't understand.
We never spent time away from each other.
Okay.
Like we had a private
Wow,
plane. I
that's
traveled with my
intense.
kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
So guys, that was quite the doozy. So Larsa is up here saying that she was getting her cheeks clapped every night, 4 times a night. Good buddy was on pummel mode, beating the brakes off those buns. Every night, even when he was on the road, he was smashing. Even when it was that time of the month, he was smashing. Like, he was going ham Newton for 23 years. You guys can do the math. 4 times a night, 365. Guys, we know this is unrealistic. And maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe it might be possible. A lot of you horn dogs and a lot of you fiends maybe are putting it down like that. But fellas, our life force, 4 times, you're getting it in. You're completely worn out. Now, I know they have 4 kids. Right? They have 4 kids from this whole thing. One of them who was Scottie Jr.'s famous basketball player, obviously. But this going on is just ridiculous. So I made a little joke and I said that maybe Scottie was just trying to get some aggression out, some pent up aggression that he had towards Michael Jordan. So for those of you who don't know, since Michael Jordan put out that documentary, The Last Dance, a couple years ago or a year ago, whatever it was, which basically highlighted his time in the rise with the Chicago Bulls and how they went into the whole three-peat and winning 6 championships. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen won 6 championships together. 3 of those were back-to-back, three-peat. So they were definitely a great duo, but I guess Scottie Pippen felt slighted about the whole situation in The Last Dance, where he felt like Jordan should have got more airtime in there instead of other players.
You have a lot of criticism about The Last Dance.
I thought it was a great documentary. I felt like the documentary only told a story that sort of glorified him as a player and not glorified us as a team. But a lot of things that he did was based on him as an individual. And I think basketball is a team game. We always will have that respect for each other, but our friendship is not where people see it on TV think it is.
Scottie Pippen obviously has been doing interviews basically saying Jordan's overrated and all these things. And these guys shared a close bond on the court, or so it seemed. So for your wife, who you were with this many years since '97, for her to actually end up with this guy who you're at odds with this guy, right? Your ex-wife is gonna be dating his son. And on the flip side, Marcus is 32 years old, right? Obviously, he can have any woman he wants. He's a multimillionaire. Your father's a multimillionaire. But you choose Larsa Pippen, 48-year-old woman. Still looks good for her age, but that's due to plastic surgery, money, things like that. But you want to be with a 48-year-old woman. You're a 32-year-old man. And not only that, the fact that you guys would think this is a good idea other than it being for publicity, which Marcus has been out of the limelight, but you're going to be with a woman who obviously your father is at odds with this man and you're sleeping with his ex-wife. Some things are just off limits. in this case, and for her to actually be up for it, how they came together. Obviously, a lot of these people run in the same circles. But for you to make it public and for her to be cool with it, and she's even saying things like, if we get married, I'll take his last name. So it'll be Larsa Jordan.
Robert from Chicago is curious, if the two of you ended up getting married, would you hyphenate your name Pippen Jordan or Jordan-Pippen?
Oh, that's a big no. Now that's where I draw the line. Oh my God. Drop the last name.
Wow.
Drop that name.
That's worth hyphenating.
I would hyphenate.
It's just like she's pouring more salt in the wound, and it's just messy. But you have to expect this from women, especially these women who run in these circles and who are messy on TV anyway. But for a man to participate in it, it's just obviously to hurt Scottie. And you know he feels some type of way about it. And supposedly Jordan and Scottie, their relationship is irreparable at this point. They don't even talk to each other. Charles Oakley said they probably will never talk to each other based off of the things that have happened. So fellas, don't ever put anything past any woman. This is a prime example of something like that. You can't put anything past that. She doesn't care. Freak for attention has no moral compass. I always say this, gentlemen. A freak for attention has no moral compass. Ladies, you know you do things. Men don't typically do that, even though in the case of Marcus, he's doing it. But men don't typically do things to upset women. They don't typically do things to make women jealous. This is a female trait. This is a feminine trait. So in terms of what Marcus is doing, I think it's just something that he just thinks is funny. It is to hurt Scottie, even though they did try to reconcile. They broke up, I think, 2016, got back together in 2018, and then it just didn't work, and they got divorced a couple years ago. So it's this world is strange. This is obviously a realm or outside of where I'm in life. So these Hollywood relationships, these celebrity relationships, these high dollar amount relationships, people just do things. They just do whatever suits them, man. So who knows? Like I said, the thing with Future and probably several other guys, she just has to stay in the limelight. She just has to be known, has to keep something going, has to keep her name going. Doesn't matter if she's embarrassing her kids, especially Scottie Jr. He just has to let his mom live at this point.
Does Scottie Jr. get any crap from his teammates about this?
No, I feel like my kids are really good. Like
Have they hung out with Marcus?
Yes.
And what's that like?
They like him.
So, have you hung out with Marcus's family at all?
Yes.
Have you hung out with Michael?
I mean, I don't really want to talk about, like, you know, I want to talk about Marcus and I. I feel like I'm more comfortable talking about Marcus and I.
You understand how unusual the dynamics of this are, right?
Love is love.
It is still kind of shocking to me, given the history of your ex and Michael, and I mean, the dynamic, it's wild. It's a little like, whoa.
I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, like, I didn't know him. I just met him a few years ago.
Okay.
I never met him before.
Okay.
I was with Scottie the very last year that he played with Michael.
Oh.
And Michael and his wife were going through a divorce. I never met his wife. I never met his kids.
Okay.
So it wasn't like we had families that were intertwined. I never knew them.
Right. But if Michael Jordan's ex-wife started dating Scottie Jr., don't you think you might
No,
be
I wouldn't
like...
care. If my son was happy, I wouldn't care.
It's sad, but what can you do? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So Pippen, bro, you caked up. Do your thing, man. I know you can have any woman you want, but just see your wife do that. But hey, she's free. She can do whatever she wants, man. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, man. What do you think? Do you think that she did it on purpose? Do you think Marcus did it on purpose? Do you think that this is just a publicity stunt? Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm trying to run that up to 10,000. Listen, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen. And that's where I'm going to see you guys at. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2. Bring it back. Yeah. Can't forget Tony. 50.